Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Xiangli Yao's guide. I'm going to break it down, make it quick, simple on you. How should you build him, what you should be aiming for, so you can have the best Mr. Punchy Electric Man with a robo arm out there. He's actually really fun to use, and he's free, which if you don't know how to get him for free, I have a whole video explaining it, so make sure you go check that out. With that, let's talk about this man's guide. If you don't know anything about Xiangli Yao, he is an electro main damage dealer and a resonance liberation damage dealer. So you're going to be using his ults. That's the resonance liberation again. Big ult man. As for the best weapon for Xiangli Yao, it's going to be Verity's handle. This is his signature 5-star bracer. It is made for him, so it's going to be the best one for him. And since he's a free character, you may want to think about investing and doing some pulls to get his signature weapon if you really are enjoying Xiangli Yao. If you're not feeling like pulling for his signature weapon, though, don't worry, we got other options. The other best option is the other 5-star bracer in the game, and that is the Abyss Surges, the standard banner 5-star bracer. That's going to be your second best bet. If you're looking into 4-star options, the best 4-star option is the Stonard here, which you can see it gives crit rate on it, which is why it is the second best option. If you can have it S5, all the better. For all the weapons that aren't 5 stars, the 4 and 3 stars, getting them S5 is really helpful. However, for this one, if you have it S5, that would actually be kind of surprising to me. And if you have it not at all, I wouldn't be surprised, because unfortunately, it is the Pioneer Podcast weapon. So it's the one you get from buying the Insider channel. So if you don't spend any money on this game, you're not, of course, going to have the Insider channel. So you're not going to have the Stonard, unfortunately. But that's not your only option for 4-star gauntlets. We have another one in the books, and it's the Hollow Mirage. That would be the 4th best mathematically option, you know, looking at damage burst numbers. Honestly, they're pretty close. And if you don't have the 5 stars, you can easily use the Hollow Mirage, and it's not locked behind the Pioneer Podcast, so you'd be perfectly fine rocking this. And then if you're looking for a good old 3-star option, that's going to be our Gauntlets of Night. Here we are. You can see the attack percentage and the attack there, and then intro skill cast increases attack. This is your best 5-star. You should definitely have an S5 though if you're going to use it. It just means upgrading it 5 times, you know, using 5 copies, which I'm going to assume most people probably have at least a couple copies laying around if you've done some pulls on this game. So that's your 3-star option. Now time for echoes, everyone's favorite RNG part of the game. What echoes do you want to run on Mr. Xiangli Yao? Well, we have the Void Thunder set, and then the Lingering Tunes set is another option. They're actually really close in terms of mathematical number damage, you know, output from what I've seen so far, at least. So you can pick either one. Maybe you have better Lingering Tune echoes, or maybe you got some better Void Thunder. I currently have Void Thunder on him. You are going to want a cost format of a 4-3-3-1 or 4-3-3-1-1, as you see I have here. 4-3-3-1-1. For the 4 cost, though, you actually have the option between the Tempest Mephis here and between the Thundering Mephis. So depending on which one you like to roll with, the big difference, if you're wondering, between the two of them, Tempest Mephis is going to offer more damage from the actual Echo attack skill, while the Thundering Mephis is going to offer you some more resonance energy and buff for actual Xiangli Yao. So you can decide there which one works better with your playstyle, what team you're rocking, make that kind of call on your own, maybe after some testing. But either one, they're both pretty similar in terms of like what you're getting in the end. So you can go with either one of those for your 4 cost. And then for what main stat you want on your 4 cost, you're going to be aiming for crit damage or crit rate. Do remember that in his skills, he gets crit damage, his Forte, and then from his signature weapon, he gets crit rate. So you can kind of make a decision there depending on what weapon he has. Maybe you don't have his signature weapon, then you'll lean more towards getting some crit rate on your Xiangli Yao. Whatever you think works best with what you're currently rocking is my recommendation. Now for the 3 costs, you're going to want, whether you're running Void Thunder or Lingering Tunes, you're going to be aiming for one that has attack percentage and then just normal attack, and one that has electro damage bonus and then regular attack. And then for 1 cost, the good old attack percentage as usual, again for Void Thunder or Lingering Tunes, or combo of the 2. Now with the main stats out of the way, what substats are you aiming for on all your echoes for this beautiful man? Well, you're going to be aiming for crit rate and crit damage at the top of your priority list. Get more crit rate and crit damage. Then energy regen, if you feel like he's not getting his ult in your rotations. This does kind of depend on what team you're running and how quickly your rotations go and just your playstyle all around with him. If you feel you need more energy regen so you can have his ult all the time, get more energy regen. But crit rate, crit damage, followed by attack percentage. Then you're going to be aiming for flat attack or liberation damage. And then if you can't get any of those, you can, maybe try and get resonance skill damage or whatever. But those are your main targets of crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, flat attack, and resonance liberation damage. Now for his Forte. And if you remember how I explained him at the beginning of this video, he's a big resonance liberation guy. So you do want to get your inherent skills, and you're going to want to get all these attack and crit damage bonuses that you can get for him. But after that, you're going to want to go for resonance liberation, followed by Forte circuit upgrading, followed by resonance skill, and then you can go intro skill and normal attack. But you are going to want that resonance liberation up and juiced so he can deliver absolute nukes upon the enemy. For his resonance chain, they all are upgrades to his just overall damage. And then we have the upgrade to team members resonance liberation damage here if you get him 4 extra times. So if you decide you do want to actually summon for more copies, he will get beefier and start to deal some more damage, as you'll see here. But they're all just an increase. Like this one increases his crit damage by 30% for 8 seconds. We get more other multipliers all the way through here. If you're looking for more damage on him and you're enjoying him, then I'd recommend summoning to get that extra damage, as it will make him better. Just in all game modes, you'll clear things faster. But if not, he's free. Well, you don't need to go summon for more. For teams and what teammates, what other resonators can you run with Mr. Xiangli Yao? Varina is going to be in all these teams, as she is for every single unit that ever comes out in this game. Now, when Shorekeeper finally drops, you'll probably be able to run Shorekeeper instead of Varina, but it's Varina for now. Again, as always, in every team with every unit that comes out, you can replace Varina with Baizhi if you do not have Varina, as Baizhi is free in a 4-star, and Varina you do have to get and pull, as she is the 5-star healer. So Varina is in all these teams and Baizhi is the replacement. But now the most meta team is these 3 at the top here: Xiangli Yao, Varina, and Yinlin. That is the most meta team for him at this time. If you do not have Yinlin, there are some other team options. The second best team listed is Xiangli Yao, Varina, and Changli. So if you have Changli instead of Yinlin, or you just enjoy Changli more, then you can do that alongside Xiangli Yao. Another option people have been running is Jian Xin alongside Varina and Xiangli Yao. Once again, Varina can be replaced with Baizhi at any time if you don't have Varina. Then the other option, the other 2 options that I've seen, which are more friendly if you don't have the 5 stars, are Xiangli Yao, Varina / Baizhi, and Yang or Yanwu. And then if you're like super brand new, you just started playing because you heard free character in the game, then you can run Xiangli Yao, Baizhi, because you probably don't have Varina, and then just the Rover, the main character. That's like your super very beginning team though. And some people have even actually been running Sanhua, so quite a couple options depending on who you enjoy or what kind of characters you have built and what you might want to look for. But that's going to do it for our Xiangli Yao guide. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them for me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star Rail content. I'll be bringing it to y'all on the channel. And I wishing you all the very best. Hope y'all are staying happy and healthy, and good luck on building your Xiangli Yao.